Hey, you want to hear something crazy about Mrs. Maley? Well, I grew up in the 80s. My favorite movies were Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Back to the Future, Breakfast Club, and I loved Madonna and Prince. So thinking back of even a little bit further in my life, I think maybe 5th grade, possibly 4th grade, I learned how to ride a bike earlier than that, and I always borrowed my brother's bike, but it was time for me to get my own bike. I remember going to the store and picking out this electric blue bike with sparkles on it, and in particular, what made it so cool was the seat. The seat was called a banana seat, and on the banana seat it had flowers, kind of like the Flower Power 70s. It was definitely like a 70s type, late 70s, early 80s type of thing. It had flowers on the seat, and my dad put a big flag on the back of it, and I think it was a symbol of freedom for me, because I remember getting on that bike and calling my friend Christy and saying, I'm gonna ride over to your house. And that freedom of not having your parents take you somewhere, or just being by yourself and being able to go over to somebody's house was so exciting to me. So I use that story in helping me make my new series of paintings, which are kind of abstract memories of things like this. So with that in mind, you can see that the painting behind me has featured that banana seat that I'm talking about. So you can see the shape of the banana seat here, and these nice bright colors layering into each other and working on getting that memory, that lovely memory that I have of my childhood and riding to my friend Christy's house with my lovely banana seat bicycle. The next little story I want to tell you about my childhood is, I think this was probably 6th grade. I remember having a conversation with my mom like, oh, I want to start taking care of my face. So I had face wash and things like that. And I remember my mom always put this lotion on called Oil of Olay. They still make Oil of Olay products now, but I remember it was a pink and black bottle, and it had a woman's face on it, illustrated on it. And I can remember the smell of that Oil of Olay, and I just always admired my mom and watched my mom put that Oil of Olay lotion on, and I thought that's what like made her beautiful. And I remember her saying, well, let's go get some lotion, let's go get some Oil of Olay for you. So I got my first little bottle of Oil of Olay, and I remember washing my face, patting it dry, and putting that Oil of Olay on before I went to bed at night. And I thought I was so grown up, and I was gonna be so beautiful if I put this lotion on. So that is the story of my other painting that I have that has the Oil of Olay lady in my memory. My abstract memories here. So with the color scheme of that pink, pale pink and black, and all of these sort of abstracted memories coming to life in my beautiful Oil of Olay. My last story precisely took place on the first day. I think it was 1977, and I think it was in kindergarten. I was living in Pennsylvania at the time. It was the first day of kindergarten, and I was all prepared with my backpack. I think it was a satchel, actually, and my lunchbox. And my lunchbox was a soft, foamy lunchbox that had a picture of a doll called Holly Hobby. And I remember getting into kindergarten and having our teacher say, this is where you store your things. And she was showing us our little cubby spaces. And I was hanging up my Holly Hobby lunchbox, and she complimented me. She singled me out. She said, oh my gosh, what a lovely lunchbox that is. And I remember feeling so special that she pointed out my lovely lunchbox with Holly Hobby on it. And I was so proud of it. And I remember unpacking my stuff and eating from it and feeling really proud of my Holly Hobby lunchbox. So that was a memory that popped in my head from kindergarten. And then I did my Holly Hobby series, or my Holly Hobby painting, in my series of abstract memories. So that's sort of a portrait of Holly Hobby. She was very kind of hobo-ish, and she had a floral patterned dress and bonnet and things like that. So this is my Holly Hobby painting. So I thought it'd be fun to share a couple things with you guys about me and what my art looks like, and hopefully you'll be able to share things about yourself and we can develop really cool relationships in this class.